Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl Cupid and I'm super excited to get into this reading today. It's going to be all about the last time they saw you, the last time you were together, whatever the circumstance was, the last time they saw you. That's what we're going to get into. I am going to do something, I guess, a bit more traditional or like closer to what I used to do. So we're going to have a oracle card here for the overall energy. We're going to get 2 cards from each of these tarot decks regarding how they felt the last time they saw you. And then we're going to use these 2 message cards to just end the reading with what you need to know. So I'm super excited to do this. But before we get into the reading, I do just want to give a few reminders that, one, I am open for personal readings. I really enjoy personal readings. All of my readings are question based and you receive them written via email. The clients that I do have, who I have a good number of repeat clients that I love to work with, and every time somebody comes back to me, I know that I provided them with something that was insightful and helpful, and I was able to reach them, and I do feel appreciated. So if you are one of those people, I appreciate you. If you have not gotten a reading from me, I do have testimonials on my website that you can check out if you're not sure. But other than that, yeah, those are my private readings. And then lastly, I will be doing another tarot giveaway in November. So if you are interested in that, if you didn't get to participate in the last giveaway, or you feel like you have something on your mind, and this giveaway would help you receive the answers you need, then make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have your notifications on, so that you can be notified when that giveaway starts. Okay, so anyway, that is all of the announcements that I have before we get into this reading. As always, we have 3 groups. So after this intro, you will be able to see the images for each group. Please meditate, use your intuition to determine which group you belong to. And all timestamps for each group will be in the description box below. So, catch you at your reading. Hi, group 1. So, I'm seeing here that already your reading is really interesting, group 1, okay? I feel like the last time this person saw you, I'm seeing this person, here's the Knight of Pentacles, they were offering you something, right? I'm seeing that the last time this person saw you, they were willing to give something, right? This could have been something simple like an apology, or something literal or material like a gift. I'm hearing explanation for some of you. This person trying to offer some type of peace offering, right? Something I'm hearing make up for, right? When I look at this coin, it's almost like they're trying to pay for something that they've done, right? So maybe the last time you saw this person, they were paying you back for something. But either way, it's like they're trying to make up, right? This offering is not just because they want to be close to you, but because they want to, in some ways, they want it to prove to you some type of position they have. However, I'm seeing that this person is limited. I mean, when I really look at this spread, group 1, like, this person is limited in all directions, right? All directions, right? Right next to them, we have the Hangman. So this person is kind of caught up in a situation where they're not really able to make any moves. I'm seeing this person like, it's only a night because that's how much they can offer. So maybe friendship, right? Maybe casual dating, or maybe just they're just trying to clear the air. They're not really offering anything substantial or of value to you. You know what I mean, group one? It's almost like they're trying to do it for themselves. They're trying to do it to clear their debt, but they're not really trying to fully step into whatever it is you might want them to step into, right? Into this connection fully. They don't want, whatever it was that was an issue before, they're not actually trying to solve that issue. They're more so trying to like clear the air and make up for the past mistake, and that's it. But they kind of do want you to see this as a good thing, right? They want you to see this, and it can be a good thing, right? They want you to see this. The problem I'm getting from this person is that they, in some ways, want this to be enough for you to come back and be back into their life, right? They want to have access to you the same way they did in the past without actually wanting to do what is necessary to get that, right? They don't actually want to be what you need or do what you need them to do, or what you may have asked them to do. Whatever you have may have expressed to them before that you weren't receiving, I don't see them being willing to, or with the Hangman being able to, give that anyway. But this person is kind of naive. I'm seeing with the Hangman, they kind of have like this lackadaisical kind of, or like nonchalant kind of perspective. Like the way they're viewing it is very much like they really can't see the world around them, right? They kind of just they're still playing. I'm seeing somebody on a playground swinging upside down on, a bar, hanging from the monkey bars, or, they're playing, and you're trying to talk to them. You're trying to tell them it's time to go home, or lunch is at 12, or, we're going to sing happy birthday. And they're not stopping to look at you. They're not nodding their head in acknowledgement. They're just going to keep swinging. And they're just like, I see this person like, it's a bit dismissive is what I'm getting. Like they don't, and I feel like they don't realize that they're being dismissive. And it's because for them, like, maybe whatever this is, they don't see it the same way you do. They don't understand how serious it is. And then they also have this devil right underneath them. And I just want to say, what's funny to me is that we have this image of a spider, right? As this devil, this thing that catches you in its web. And then we also have this energy complicated where there's all these webs. And then we have two cards about being kind of immobile. Here, entrapment, and then the Hangman. So this person, I feel like an overall energy the last time they saw you was that they felt like they were stuck, right? The last time they saw you. I think you guys may have had a conversation or some type of confrontation, but when they look back, it's almost like they feel like there was nothing they really could have done. They don't know what they could have done. They maybe feel like you cornered them, or they feel like they were cornered, or maybe they cornered themselves, or there was just this feeling where they weren't able to get something. They weren't able to take something or receive something from you in this last exchange. With the devil here, right? When it comes to how they felt, they wanted to lure you back in, right? When I see this devil and this spider, I see somebody kind of resentful. I'm seeing somebody who's kind of scheming, or somebody who is trying to catch you or get you back, right? With the devil, I'm getting some energy of maybe even jealousy or resentment. Somebody wanting to hold on to you, but for negative reasons, right? And so it's like this Knight of Pentacles energy was them trying to like lure you back in to this attachment to them. But at the same time, they weren't really able to provide much to you, right? They're not actually in it to resolve it in a way that you need. And this is so interesting to me. I didn't even get into the overall energy group one. So I want to go into this card, this Ten of Swords, because I do feel like it's very straightforward, right? Ten of Swords is the painful ending. We can even look at the swords here about that conversation, right? This last confrontation you had where you spoke your mind, or they spoke their mind, or both of you exchanged words. But these words kind of put an end to whatever it was this energy this person was hanging in with you, right? Because I'm seeing now with this Hangman, this is who they really are, right? They came at you as this Knight of Pentacles the last time you spoke, but really they're this Hangman. Really, they're not willing to make any moves. Really, they're not actually going to do the work, and they really don't understand, and they're really not thinking, like, their reality and your reality are different, right? So maybe they don't see it this way, but what I'm saying is that just because they showed up with an apology or an explanation, in the end they weren't really willing to change. And this is why the connection ended, right? This is why the last time you spoke, you guys were just, the connection dissolved, because they want to, it's like they say one thing and do another. They don't live up to their hype. They don't they don't keep their promises. And yeah, and I just feel like you really, because here I see this as you with this bottom deck energy, the World, and then Temperance. And you see how both images, the woman is kind of like suspended in the center, right? You are released. Ooh, right beneath these cards, we have the Ten of Swords. So it's like the World. The ending of this connection literally set you on your way to freedom. Ace of Wands right beneath that, right? Why is this a Seven of Swords? Yeah, because whatever this betrayal was, whatever this, behavior was, this injustice, right? Whatever this was, once you decided to just be done with it, you set yourself free and you opened yourself up to a world of possibilities, right? This person, they are living in some type of stagnation. So the moment you cut the cord on that connection, that stagnation is released from you, right? Because guess what? People like this will project that. And that's why they want to lure you back into this web, because misery likes company, right? People, they're validated when people are on their level. So that's why the whole thing, like, they want you to be good, just be good, but just not better than them or whatever. It's because, like, when you're on the same level, they feel validated. But the moment you go above their level, you know what I mean? The moment you go above their level, that can trigger, a sense of comparison between you two. And there's nothing wrong with that. But high key, some people cannot handle comparison. Some people cannot handle comparison. Guys, I'm so sorry about that siren. I live in a siren-ass city. Like, it's just the way it is sometimes, okay? But yeah, and then what's crazy underneath this Temperance, where I see this as you really releasing. This woman is just floating in the bottom of the water. It's giving Ophelia. It's giving, just like surrendering to, just surrendering to this bullshit. But not in a way that's like affirming it, but just like it's like my hands are, I'm releasing myself from this. And right beneath this, we have Justice. Oh, and then right beneath that Hangman, like I said, this person. Oh, and then right beneath the Hangman, we have this Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like this person, it's like they're haunted by, it's like this person is haunted by your independence, your ability to stand alone in some way. There's something about how you present yourself that like really triggers comparison in this person, and they cannot handle it. My philosophy is this: be inspired, right? Don't be jealous, be inspired. If you like something, then do something about it. If you see, you know, for example, with women, if I see a girl at the mall and she got some pretty, a pretty bust down, you know what I'm saying? To me, I might be like, ooh, that might be my next hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be inspired. That's going to trigger me to go and create my reality. Whereas some people, they might see her with her bust down, and then now they looking at her lashes, and now they looking at her shoes, and now they don't even know this girl, but now they're like, she probably thinks she's all that. She's probably, and it's like, but all that is a projection of their own inability to create. Like, and it's not to say that they literally cannot create, but they don't believe they can. It is a lack mentality. You become upset because you don't have hope. Not you, but the other person. Like, they project onto you because they are afraid that they cannot do it. They are the ones who have given in to the idea that they are unable, right? And then they get jealous of people who just say, damn, let me figure out how I can get the bus down, right? Like, some people, it really is a mindset thing, you know what I mean? But see, like I said, they only are haunted by this because they have this hangman energy. I can't. It's too hard. I don't know how, right? And that's why there's justice here, because this was an injustice to you. The way that, however they were projecting this energy into your connection, it was an injustice to you. It was an attack on you, right? It was them energetically trying to hold you back also. And that is not fair, right? And that's why you had to let go with this temperance. You are released. You are released. You have found balance, right? You have found, it's like where you draw the line. Where do I draw the line? You figured it out. You figured out where the line is drawn. This is yours. This is mine. Yours, mine. You keep your ish over there, and I'm going to keep my ish right here. You have a boundary now, and that person's energy can no longer seep into your energy, because that's all people like this, like, they want to find someone to leak and overflow their energy all over, right? Misery loves company, because they don't know what to do with their energy, right? They don't know what to do with their energy. If you don't know what to do with your energy when you feel like this, when you feel overwhelmed or insecure or unsure, you're not, create. And there are 1,000,001 ways to create something. Do something about it. Use your hands, use your brain, innovate, find a solution. And I know it's easier said than done, but that is what you are desiring. That is what your body wants. That is what your mind wants, your spirit wants. When you have all this overflow of anxious energy, it is because you are restless. You need to do something about it, right? Like, and that's a whole nother conversation, but that's the problem with these people. So I want to get into the overall energy, and then I'm going to get into what you need to know, okay? So the overall energy here, you actually got 2 cards. We have complication, and we have entrapment, right? So after all that is said here, this actually makes more sense to me than before, okay? So this complication, when I had got this card out, I was immediately thinking about how you guys want different things. That's why this is complicated, right? I'm seeing like a machine where the gears inside are no longer moving smoothly against each other, right? There's all this friction. There's friction because there's something here that's no longer in alignment, right? And remember I was telling you, like, this web of things makes me think of this spider web here. This person, I feel like you were getting caught up in this person's insecurities, right? And it's like the more you guys grew different or became different from each other or did different things, it was harder and harder to be in this person's energy. It's right. It's like you started to try to move a bit more, right? Trying to release yourself from it. And I feel like this person kind of just took it like, I think this person is offended by it, right? Maybe they didn't express it then, but there's this energy here of kind of feeling shaded a bit. Like, I don't know. This person does feel a little hurt that you did release yourself from the stickiness of their web. But this person doesn't understand that they were trying to keep you trapped in a sense. They were trying to keep you in one spot so that they could always come and take from you at their discretion, right? They were not really thinking about how this affected you, right? Like I said, like you want to do something else. You don't want to do whatever this person is doing, right? You guys just want different things or see the world in a different way, and it creates, tension between you guys. And I wonder what some of these specific differences are. Like I said, we did talk about, lack mentality versus, your mentality. So maybe it could be this person's work ethic, or maybe it could be this person, the types of things they pursue. Maybe it's that you have hobbies and they don't. Like, it could be any of those things. But I just see here with this complication, it's like the overall energy was that you guys just really weren't in alignment, and this person wanted you to like stay stuck with them in this energy, right, that they're in. And I keep focusing on this character here who's looking all sad. And then this character has like, it looks like, I don't know, thorns, wings. I don't know. They have their hand on this other character's shoulders. And I just feel like maybe, like I said, misery loves company. Like, so maybe this person, maybe they wanted more comfort from you. Like, they wanted you to be there comforting them, or I'm seeing somebody kind of sulking. I'm thinking like somebody sulking and really wanting some emotional support. But maybe it was just the way they were trying to receive the support, or the way they were going about it. It just, I would say it was inconsiderate, it seems like, where they're like trying to hold on to you in a way. And I'm really focused on this society card. I feel like this person, there's something about societal pressure. Maybe it could be about work, right? I'm thinking about like work or career, maybe growing up, right? Generally just growing up. So maybe this is like a friend from high school or college, or I don't know. I'm getting somebody that, and it could be romantic too. I'm not saying anything specific about the type of connection, but I see like a growing apart, and one person growing in a way that's ambitious and willing to do new things, or willing to, there's like a difference here where, and then this other person, they just are always down on themselves. They're always believing that they can't, or things are too hard, or whatever. But anyway, let's get to what you need to know, Group 1. So the first thing here we have, prayer implies the possibility of a response. So this lets me know that this person is still holding out on a response from you, or holding out to hear from you. But at the same time, I feel like this is like confronting you, that Spirit is asking you to think about it. Do you want to communicate with this person? Do you want this person back in your life? Are you praying for a chance to communicate with them, right? And so, yeah, that's like directed at you to think about if you even want to, open the door to connecting with this person again. The next card here we have play. And I feel like this is Spirit kind of saying like, it's your move, right? It's your turn to play. This person after your last encounter, I'm seeing that Spirit's basically saying they're not going to reach out to you. So you're not going to hear from them. And it could be because you blocked them. I don't know what happened. But the last encounter was the last encounter, right? Like, this person is not going to reach out to you. So it's up to you to make a move. It's your turn. You can either reach out to them, right? Or you can never talk to them again. Like I said here, with prayer implies the possibility of a response. God's saying, or Spirit is saying to you that if you check yourself. Do you want a response from this person? Have you been wanting a response from this person? Do you want to reconnect? Do you want to reignite a friendship, partnership, situationship, right? Or are you, or would you rather just keep moving forward like you've been? So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Group 1. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring the notification bell. Bye. Group 2. So literally right before I started the clock, I saw the time was 12:34. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And literally as soon as I thought that there's a song that started playing, it's like, one step at a time. I don't know the song. I don't know the rest of it either. But I just heard one step at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? The overall energy here is the path. I feel like the last time this person saw you, it triggered this feeling in them of a long, dark, lonely path, right? This person, they feel like they have to keep going, and it's going to be a lonely journey. Maybe a part of them felt like maybe you guys would unite and you would be there with them, right? I feel like in some ways this person maybe imagined you on this path with them. And now they're like reconciling with the fact that no, you're not going to be with them on this path. You're on a different path. They are on this path alone. And I feel like this is kind of like the 1, 2, 3, 4 and the one step at a time. I just feel like that is Spirit kind of like encouraging them or kind of reassuring them that this is okay, that many people do their journey alone, right? It's like Spirit is trying to guide them and kind of trying to coax them into this sense of like being optimistic. So I'm getting that this person, they have a lot of fear, right? Which came out, and wounds right underneath that. So we'll get to that, but I feel like this person, they are afraid of being alone, and when they get attached to someone, they project that feeling onto that person. And so like whatever that it is that they saw the last time they saw you, they feel like whatever it was, it triggered this fear of being alone. All right, so let's get into this energy. We have this Queen of Cups here. So already I feel like this person, the last time they saw you, they thought you were so beautiful is what I'm getting. And they thought you looked so, like, I'm hearing young, right? You looked really healthy. Maybe you were even glowing. They felt like you were glowing. Some of you, maybe you could have been pregnant also. I'm getting that for some reason. But I just feel like with this Queen of Cups, they feel like when the last time they saw you, you were so beautiful to them, and it triggered emotions in them that they hadn't felt in a while. I'm even getting like maybe they could have teared up, or there's like a swell. I'm getting that there was like a swell of emotions that overcame them when they last saw you. I'm feeling like for many of you, they last saw you on social media, right? I'm feeling like they were looking at pictures, okay? And with this death card right next to it, it's like they feel like you looked different, or they could tell either you looked different in some explicit way, or they could just tell that there was something different about you, okay? Ooh, guys, I totally forgot my heater was on. Let me turn it off. I know it makes that noise in the background. I meant to turn it off. But anyway, so like they feel like, it's like they were overcome with this swell of emotions. And then they also were like reconciling with the fact that you look different. You are different. There's something just different about you that they didn't expect, and I feel like even that it was a trigger. I feel like there's both of these are triggers: your beauty and just how you look and how it makes them feel, and then just the changes that were made. Lastly, at this bottom of the deck, we have this 10 of coins. So you look like you are financially well off. This person noticed. They felt like you looked like you got it together. Your life is together. You seem stable. You seem secure. And I feel like maybe these things are surprising to them. I don't know. Like, why are these things surprising to them? But either way, they took notice that you look like you are doing good. And not only do you look like you're doing good, but you may have a family with this 10 of coins, because there's also a 10 of cups here at the bottom of this deck, right? A 10 of coins and a 10 of cups. This person feels like you have a happy family. You're doing well. You have a clan, you have a crew, you have people, you have a circle, right? You are loved, right? Your cup overfloweth, right? You are this queen of cups. Notice how this cup at the top of this is literally overflowing, and it's the only cup overflowing, and it's feeding all the rest of these cups, right? And so it's like this beauty about you, this abundance about you, it either amplified, or this person is acknowledging that it is still there. It is never going away. It is real AF, right? You really be feeding these, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got the sauce, you got the juice, right? This person is looking at you like, of course, right? It's almost like duh, but they didn't. They're still surprised. Like, it's like they're acknowledging that in some ways they did not expect this, or they underestimated you, right? Beneath this Queen of Cups, we have this Three of Swords, right? So remember I was saying that swell of emotions, it's nothing but pain, right? When this person, when they saw you, the last time they saw you, it hurt. It hurt them. Three of Swords, it hurt them to see you so beautiful and so happy, right? It hurt them to see you so healthy and vibrant and living, right? They hated that. It's not that they hated seeing you, or it's not that they hated you being that way, but they hated seeing it, because it's like a kick in the balls, right? It's like, it was just, you know what I mean? They couldn't take it. And then here, Five of Cups underneath this death card, right? Now it's like seeing you the way you are, the changes that have occurred, it's like there's no going back. They're looking at it with this Five of Cups in complete regret, knowing that it's like the changes show them that they will never get you back, that they will never be able to make amends to this. They will never be able to fix this. It's done, right? The death, it's a new chapter. It's a new chapter, new era, new season, right? That's old shit, right? So that's how they're looking at it. They're like, wow, there's no way me and this person are ever going to reconcile. And that's why there's fear right beneath that. This change in you, this ending, this disappointment, and never being able to fix it, it's triggering that fear of being alone, because alone, or rather being without you, that is a guarantee. right? There's no questioning it. They are going to be without you. And so now it's like, damn, I'm going to be alone. And they're afraid, right? They're looking, like I said, they're looking at their life moving forward as this dark path that they navigate. And then we have thickets right underneath it. It's literally like woods, thick branches, thick leaves and bushes that you got to move through. For this person, it's going to be hard. They feel like it's going to be so hard to do this alone. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this person goes and hops in another relationship, or they already have. But this person, they just see their life ahead, like I said, as this dark, difficult path. Okay. The last card here we're going to talk about, and then we have start over right beneath this. So I feel like that is so significant. This person, like I said, they're really acknowledging. I think their feelings were that they really had to just face the music, that this is over. This is over. Like the pining and the sneaking and watching you and hoping, that's delusional. They have to stop. It's over, right? But the card that came out above it said experiment with tone and volume. Experiment with tone and volume. So this person, because you have made all these changes and you're never coming back and there's no way this person's going to get back to you, they have no choice but to acknowledge that they need to make some changes, right? Maybe before they were stubborn and they didn't think that they were doing anything wrong, and they don't need to fix anything, and they don't need to change this, and they don't need to change that. They're realizing now that actually maybe they do need to reevaluate how they talk to people. Maybe they need to reevaluate, the way they approach situations. Maybe they need to, change how they do this or that. Now they're seeing that, oh no, it's for real. Like, sometimes you really do need to make a change, because how can you expect somebody to still want to be with you or still want to be around you when every time you communicate with them, it's never smooth or it's combative, right? This experiment with tone and volume. Tone and volume. Are you yelling? Are you being condescending? Are you being empathetic, right? So this person is like, they're kind of having to check themselves and check how they treat people, okay? So that's all I have for you today, group 2. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye. Group 3, your reading is interesting, okay? And it really revealed itself to me as I pulled the cards, in an unexpected way. So I'm getting here, your overall energy, you received farewell, right? So I feel like you were the one who had to put an ending to this connection, right? And maybe you put an end to this connection the last time you saw each other, right? Some of you, yes. Some of you, you had already done it, or you were thinking about doing it. But either way, the energy of this farewell is here. And it's like a necessary thing. You don't really want to, right? Because in this image, this girl, she's actually holding on to dead animals, right? She's holding on to this rabbit. She has these birds in her hair. And she really does, it's like she wants to keep them with her, but she can't. She has to let them go. For herself, but also for them, right? And so you may have felt that way the last time you encountered this person, as if you felt like it was just something necessary that needed to be done. It's not necessarily that you wanted it to. Okay? So here we have the Queen of Swords and we have the Emperor. This is, to me, a power struggle. right? You are this Queen of Swords trying to defend yourself against this Emperor. For some of you, this could have been a father figure, right? That you had to let go of or put distance between you and them. I'm seeing that they were not approving possibly of a relationship, because at the bottom here we have Ace of Cups. Ooh, and then the Sun right beneath that, right? And that's significant because we got the Sun here at the bottom of this deck. So I'm seeing that maybe for some of you, you've entered a new connection that's romantic, and that's possibly romantic, okay? But it's brought a lot of new joy in your life, a lot of happiness. And perhaps this father figure or this authority figure does not approve of your partnership. They don't approve of, you know, the direction you're going in your life. And the reason I say the direction is because right underneath the Queen of Swords, we have the Seven of Pentacles, right? And so you're defending what you are building with this person, right? You are defending the seeds that are growing with this person, right? You're defending the possibilities, right? Whatever you have been investing your time, energy, resources in, you are doing it because you believe in the future of it. Whereas this Emperor does not. And this image, the Seven of Pentacles, all of these pentacles are represented as tombstones or headstones. So this authority figure, they feel like whatever you're working on, whatever you're building in this connection, whatever the goal is, it's not going to pan out, right? They feel like this is a fruitless endeavor. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your efforts. Nothing is going to grow of this, is what I'm getting on their end. They feel like they may have been trying to make you seem like you're foolish, that you don't know what you're talking about. And but the reality is that they just don't see what you see, right? This is a difference in perspective, right? They don't believe that what you're doing is going to work out, but you know that they don't even understand what you're doing. So they don't even have really an accurate view in your mind. But either way, they are in this Five of Wands energy. They are combative. They are combative. They are competitive, right? This is somebody who is really positioning themselves as an op to you, because at the end of the day, they may just not want you to be happy, or I feel like this person, they're just interfering with your happiness, right? And we have Justice right underneath this. And so I feel like this person, they may feel like what they're doing is the right thing to do. They may even think it's for your best interest, but it's almost like Spirit is saying they're actually overstepping their authority. This person, they assume they have more authority over you than they really do. They don't. They're the ones overstepping here, okay? I'm getting that this person, because before I get into this, like, down here, the card Tyrant had flew out. And I feel like this person, they may not understand that they are a tyrant, or they don't see themselves as a tyrant. They don't understand that they are trying to control an aspect of your life that is out of their jurisdiction, but they believe that it is. So this relationship choice, this love choice, and I'm seeing that for some of you, it may not even be that you are in a relationship. This could be more so about your preference in relationships, right? With the Sun, I'm getting gay. I just keep hearing gay with these two Sun cards. And I know, and then we got this big old clown. It makes me think of like drag. So maybe you like drag, or maybe you're considered a queen. And if it has nothing to do with your sexuality, maybe you're not a gay guy, maybe you're more of a lesbian female. Either way, I'm just getting this energy like they do not approve of how you want to live your romantic life, but your romantic life is not their business, is what I'm getting. It's just not it's not their concern, but they feel that it is. I'm also focusing on this green. behind him. And so, and there's green in his face too. So maybe this authority figure, they're jealous in some way, right? The reason they're so like stuck on trying to like control this aspect, the reason why they're going so hard, or they're so focused on this issue, I'm seeing that there's a jealousy here. So maybe for some of you, they are gay and they never got to be true to themselves, or it's not even about their sexuality. Maybe it's just you're exhibiting a freedom that they have not experienced themselves. You are being brave in ways that they have held themselves back. And I feel like that's a thing that's really common for parents to do, especially when you have really strict parents or really conservative parents. The more you learn about those, your parents, you realize that there's a lot of things that they restricted themselves of, they didn't do because they followed the status quo, the things that they didn't get to experience or try or be because they gave in to society. And sometimes it can really trigger your feelings of not having done what you wanted to do when you see your child, especially in a newer world or a freer world, you see your child, be free in ways that you can never go back in time and experience, you know what I mean? And so I'm seeing here that this authority, there's some things that they're kind of jealous of, right? And that's why, like I said, with this Five of Wands, they're an op, which is like the thing of the Five of Wands to me is so interesting because if this person is a parent or a guardian or a grandparent or a teacher, I don't know, it is coming off like a parent for me. But it's like if you're in that kind of position as somebody, you're supposed to be on their team, right? Why do we have this Five of Wands? Like, to me, it's like that's not instructive, right? That's not constructive. That's literally just some op energy where somebody, like I said, want to argue with you. They want to go toe to toe with you. It's like this person is almost kind of the feelings that you are triggering in them, it kind of regresses them. I'm not going to lie. It's like they go back to being a teenager. Or they're coming at you like y'all are on the same level. They're not being the bigger person is what I'm getting in this dynamic. So what do you need to know? Group 3. I feel like this reading is so much shorter than the group 1 reading. I think group 2's reading is actually going to be a little shorter than this one. I don't know how that happens. Like, I swear I do the same thing for each reading, but I don't know. But anyway, what do you need to know, group 3, about this? So the first thing here is you are only limited by your imagination. So I feel like Spirit wants you to know that, yes, this person may not believe in what you believe in, and yes, they may not see the vision, right? Because I feel like that's what this Seven of Pentacles is about. They don't see the vision. They don't have hope in your vision. This person lacks hope. This person, they have a negative mindset. Spirit is saying like your outcome is determined by your mindset, right? Fuck what anybody else think, right? All that evil eye. No, it is you. Your mindset affects your stuff. Their evil eye can't affect your stuff. Their evil eye may be able to affect your perspective, but if they can't affect your perspective, they can't change your reality, period. So Spirit is saying, make sure you keep an abundant mind, right? Make sure that you're open-minded and willing to explore possibilities, because what you want to pan out, you feel like, if somebody tells you gay people can't get married, or gay people can't have kids, or gay people don't find true love, that shit ain't true, because you can see it in your head. You can see the love. You believe in the possibilities. And so as long as you keep your mind on those possibilities, they certainly can happen for you. Whereas this person, they can have a limited mindset all they want. They'll live in a limited reality, okay? The other thing Spirit wants you to know is checkmate, right? Checkmate. So I feel like this is kind of like Spirit is telling you that you're going to have to play this game with this Emperor, right? Because I feel like what I'm getting is somebody who really doesn't want to have to say goodbye and doesn't want to fight, and you just want to be a big happy family, right? It's like you just wish dad could just understand. And I know that's not everybody's narrative who watches this particular reading, but it's the example that's like coming through, okay? So it's like, yeah, you may want this person to understand. You may want to resolve this thing, and you all come together in this perfect harmonious, understanding of each other. But real life, it just doesn't always happen. Especially, and I think it's hard when it's with family, because we would love for family to understand us and agree with us, and we would love to all believe the same things, but sometimes you don't, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so Spirit is kind of telling you to like pick your battles here with the checkmate. Be strategic and understand that the only way you're going to win this battle with this Emperor is if you corner them, right? You corner them. And in terms of chess, I feel like it's not literal. It's not about backing them into a corner as far as proximity, right? This is more so about positioning yourself so this person cannot make any moves towards you in any definitive way, right? So this could mean only speaking to them at family group gatherings, right? This could mean just playing it cordial and smiling, not mentioning anything that has to do with this disagreement. Because why? You don't need, that's the thing Spirit's telling you, you don't need people to understand you. And I know that's tough, but you don't need this person to really understand or get you. Sometimes you just have to accept that they don't get you, they don't understand, they don't want to understand, which is the most important part. So I'm just going to leave it alone. The only person that needs to understand you is you, right? Is you. Because that is going to allow you to get away from people who don't understand you and don't respect you. So with this checkmate, it's like you need to be focusing on, when you interact with this person, you need to position yourself in a way where you're not going to get attacked. You guys are not going to argue. You guys are not going to, just pick your battles and be strategic, Spirit is telling me. So, anyway, that's all I have for you, Group 3. If you enjoyed this reading or resonated, give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, Group 3.